Hey guys, this is Mary Jane once again from Real Akaiwa, and today we are going to talk about TOEIC tips part 3. So this is the continuation of the series. Alright, so today we are going to start with number 9. So don't try to translate. Okay, so translating vocabulary and sentences wastes a lot of time. It is actually true. It is very rare that students have extra time during the TOEIC test. So if you don't know a word, look at the context of the sentence and the words around it. Because of course, in the actual test, you will not be allowed to use a dictionary. So you just really need to be able to understand the whole context of the sentence. Next one, let's move on to number 10. Guess as a last resort. Okay, that one sounds very, how can I say, maybe it sounds scary for some of you, but I think that will be your last option. So on the test day, if you do not know the answer and you have eliminated all the distractors, so yeah, try not to leave the space blank. Of course, that's a really bad thing. So there's a good chance that you will not have to go back to this question. So you also have the 25% of getting the answer correctly if you're going to guess. So if you're sure of that one or two of the answers that are incorrect, then you're even more likely to be correct. So you have to be able to, again, trust your instinct if it's very difficult to really know the answer. All right, moving on. Let us have number 11. Okay, be aware of time management. So especially when you're doing practice tests, you should always be aware of the time. So try not to give yourself like an open-ended study session. So that means that you will have to work more efficiently in this case. Let me see if I can move my face over here. All right. Okay, so an open-ended study session is you're going to study, for example, at 9 o'clock, and then you get distracted and do other things as well. So you don't know when you're going to end. So if you're going to study from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, so that will be the best time for you to study. So focus on that span of time. On the test day, you should be especially careful in the reading section. So you will have 75 minutes to complete part 5, part 6, and part 7. So most students spend too long on section 5 or 6 because usually they find these sections more difficult, or the most difficult rather. So don't spend more than 30 minutes on the first two parts. Part 7 will take you at least 40 minutes. If you're able to read it quickly, that will be good. And it is worth a lot of points, especially if you find an easier section, which you can actually find sometimes. Not all the time, though. And the last one for today. So you have to listen quickly. So this is very, very important because you only get to listen to it one time. So the first thing that you need to remember is when you're studying for the TOEIC test, do not get the habit of rewinding the tape. So some students will, let's say, they didn't hear one sentence, they'll try to repeat the tape or the CD or the audio. So that's not really a good thing. So you have to be able to practice listening to the audio just once. All right. On the test day, you won't have any control of the speed of the listening section. You have to bear with that, unfortunately. You will not have time to think for very long between questions. So just make sure that you do not get behind during the real test. Otherwise, you will not be able to answer the other questions as well. And if you do not know the answer, again, take your best guess. Then, don't look back at questions when you're waiting for another question to start. So try not to lose your attention. So just focus on the next questions. All right. So that will be the end for part 3, and I'll see you soon for part 4. Bye. Oops.